Welcome back to the Carfax 250, and make sure to go to NASCAR.com for all your latest NASCAR information. And also, go to Goodyear.com to show your thanks and help support our troops, as Goodyear is the official tire of NASCAR. All right, let's reset it for Brad Keselowski and Carl Edwards, as they are running 1-2 about a half a second apart. That's the view from high above. And let's pick it up there with, let's go up to speed with Kevin Harvick, and third place, Mike Massaro.
Well, the 33 team, Marty, certainly got their money's worth on that last pit stop. They took some time, made some adjustments. They actually adjusted the sway bar, trying to get that car right. They felt like it was worth the investment of time, and obviously they were right. It has paid off. Kevin Harvick has been making his way to the front so much, in fact, that the leaders, while monitoring their radio, they're all concerned about the 33. They want to know how fast he's coming, Dave.
Mike, Trevor Bayne running fourth. Until last week, he had won 3 poles in a row, and some were asking, is he ready to win? Trevor thinks that he may be, but he said the biggest thing that gave him was confidence, and not just his own confidence from his team members. He could sense that they felt he had made it here. And if you press him about whether he's ready to win, he says, you know, if I was running in the 15th to 10th position all the time, it wouldn't bother me so much. But when you're running in the top 5, I'm starting to think about it too. As for the 12 of Justin Allgaier, on the last pit stop, they made a track bar and air pressure adjustment. It was loose in, it was tied off. He said they made the entry and the exit better. Well, there's something left. The center. And they need to work on that on their final stop. Mike?
Well, in the previous round of pit stops, Paul Menard and Matt Fuchsia were so happy with the adjustments they made that on the last round of pit stops, they elected not to change anything. Just 4 tires, straight up in fuel. Well, it appears to have bit them a little bit. The car has gotten a little bit looser. Awful handful for Paul Menard to hold on to right now, Vince.
Well, the 18 of Kyle Busch has won 9 times this season, and he has won here at this racetrack before as well, but he hasn't had a car to win today. They've dealt with the front end of the car throughout the course of this race, raised the splitter, made a shock adjustment, had the hood up at one point as well. They're going to make more adjustments on this final stop. That will come with about 15 laps to go. Dave?
Vince, his teammate Joey Logano doesn't have the speed he wants, and he says the handling right now is contributing to that. He says it's looser than it was, and I'm losing speed as I enter the corners. Vince?
Reed Sorensen is running 9th. Sorensen has been fighting a loose race car throughout the course of the day. You see Sorensen there on the right-hand side, the yellow car that just snuck behind. He's been fighting loose throughout most of the afternoon today. They're going to put a little wedge in it to make it a little more handleable next time around, Doc.
And there's the 15 car. Michael Annett began the day in 17th position. Ryan Kugel made a very good call on the first pit stop, made an adjustment with the track bar and air pressure, and Michael got all the way up to 12th but couldn't go any further. Last pit stop, he went again on the track bar and air pressure, and now on lap 77, Michael Annett has driven that car into the top 10, and he's trying to finish in the 10th top 10 spot in points when we leave today. Marty.
All right, thanks, guys. We're watching Reed Sorensen because he has been going backwards here. You think something's wrong?
Yeah, it looked like he might have an engine problem or something. Maybe down a cylinder.
Well, his teammate is in the garage area, Jason Leffler, with an engine that has expired, so he may be having the same issue. Yeah, he's definitely got some kind of engine problem.
Vince, what are you hearing?
Well, they just came on and they asked him if he had a tire going down. He said, no, I'm just wicked loose right now. So doesn't seem to be an engine issue. At least he's not communicated that on the radio to this point, but he says he's got his hands full of that race car.
Yeah, one thing we might have seen here is he may have gotten real loose, and then it just killed the RPMs. When he came by here, it just did not have the RPM. Looked like he just had to get out of the throttle coming off of 4.
Yeah, that constitutes being pretty loose right there.
Yeah,
yes.
Well, let's go back up front. Brad Keselowski is leading Carl Edwards. You can throw a blanket over both of them. Brad has clinched for most laps led. He's led 71 of them, and the driver leading the most laps has won 8 of the last 12 here at Michigan. Oh, man, back here at the Carfax 250 of Michigan, look at our race lead. The top 3 cars had lap traffic, and it has tightened the battle up. It's Keselowski in front of Carl Edwards. Kevin Harvick wants that high line, and we are winding down the laps, 26 to go, and something to look forward to, guys. The final green flag stretch has been 10 laps or less in 6 of the last 7 races. This is going to get good.
It is good. Look at this. These guys are racing hard. Harvick had been using that extreme high line till he caught this group, and then Carl Edwards basically took it away from him when he saw that. You can see how Carl now is not going to let Harvick get up on the outside of him.
And we saw how the draft really pulled Kevin Harvick up. Once he got kind of a sniff of those two cars, he closed in on them quickly, but now he can't get by them.
Well, here's something else to think about Kevin Harvick. When he won here back in 2003, he took the lead for the first time with 10 laps to go. And here he comes down for his final pit stop. So Harvick is going to get 4 fresh tires as we're going to have another round of green flag stops. And he is the first of the leaders to come in.
Well, he had that one mistake, leaving the gas can in just a little too long and pulled it out of the pit stall, but he's coming down for this money stop, Mike.
And the guys are on the wall waiting for Harvick to arrive. They know how important this pit stop is. Harvick into his box, hits his marks absolutely perfectly. The team goes to work on the right side of that car. 2 tires there. They swing around to the left side. A 4-tire change for Harvick. 1 can of Sunoco race fuel as they continue their work on the left side of this car. Harvick finally away. Clean stop, though.
14.8. There's the race leaders coming across the start-finish line right now. And Harvick is going to go a lap down. But remember, everybody has to cycle on through. There he comes back out onto the racetrack.
He has to stay below that yellow line until he gets over to turn 2. He just has to hope right now that there's not a caution flag here.
Ryan Truex, who has fallen back down, and now he has come back out. Now the 18 is in. Doc?
Hey, Kyle Busch just finishing up his stop. They went with a track bar adjustment. They've been chasing the handle on this car all day long. 4 tires and fuel. Mike?
Taylor Malsom has been loose throughout the course of the day. They too have been chasing in an air pressure adjustment this time around on the 10 car as they go to work there. A 4-tire change is planned. Also 2 cans of Sunoco race fuel on the 10 car as they try to tighten him up with air pressure. Malsom down and away at 15.5 seconds. Meanwhile, Carl Edwards on pit road as well. The wind may be in the balance here. The team going to work. The car's been a little bit tight in the center of the corner. They're going to try to correct that as well with air pressure. A 4-tire change on the 60 as they continue their pit stop. A quick one down and away for Edwards, Doc.
Michael Annett all the way up to 7th position. Now the best he has run today, trying to get his 3rd top 10 finish of the year. Slight air pressure adjustment. Final pit stop down and away. Mike.
Colin Brown with a pretty strong run going as well, trying to maintain that as they complete their stop at just over 14 seconds. 4 tires and fuel for Brown.
Guys, right now on pit road, all these things are happening as the 99 of Trevor Bayne comes down pit road. During that run, he tried a high line through the center of 3 and 4. He did not like it, so he went back. The car was a bit tighter, and it wasn't hooked up in the rear. So as they go to work on this, they'll try to loosen that car up and get that rear end to grip just a little bit more for Bayne. He was running 4th in this round before everybody started pitting. Good run for him today. Keselowski is on pit road as well. He said last pit time around on the track, he said, are these guys short pitting on me? Should we be coming down pit road? So Chief Paul Wolf made the call. Remember, last time he was on pit road, he had a clutch issue in the 22 car. So when they come down pit road this time, he will try to pump that up as they raise that car on the jack and make sure he can get that transmission re-engaged. Now, as far as the handling goes, he's been pretty happy with the race car. Obviously, he took the lead back after about 20 laps, so they make no adjustments on this round for Keselowski. Keselowski, they're finishing up their stop right now. It looks fairly clean for him, and let's see if he can get the car off of pit road. He does stall it again. He'll need a push from his crew. And now he's back on the racetrack. 20 car of Joey Logano in. Looser, losing speed on the entry. We'll make an adjustment for Joey and send him back out as well.
Justin Allgaier also coming down pit road. Of the 3 leaders when they came in, the best pit stop was turned in by Carl Edwards' crew. Here comes Allgaier for his final stop. Dave?
On the last run, they fixed the car for Justin, entry and exit. He said both of them were better. They need to free up the center a little bit more, so that's going to be an air pressure adjustment already done on 2 of the 4 tires that are going on this race car. Full of Sunoco fuel, and Allgaier is gone.
As he pulls out 13.9, the race lead will cycle through to Carl Edwards, and that's exactly what we were talking about, guys, and he got the best of that deal.
Well, his pit crew really came through right there. They had an excellent right side tire change, and it came all the way back around to the left, and really that 13-second stop You can see just how much distance that is on the track between Carl Edwards and Brad Keselowski.
Almost 5 seconds on the track, and it was a lot closer than that when this last round of pit stops started. How important is the money stop? I think you just saw the results on your screen. Now the question is, can Brad K and Kevin Harvick reel him in? Back here at the Carfax 250 at Michigan with 15 laps to go, Carl Edwards' lead over Brad Keselowski is 3 seconds, but the developing story during the commercial break is the falling back of Kevin Harvick. Whoa, and before we get to that, the 23 of Robert Richardson scrapes the wall, and no caution on the track, so only one caution. So, and just as I say that, the caution does come out, and you can see the damage on the right side of the 23.
Yeah, he hammered that wall pretty good.
And he was running 28th at the time of the contact. We've got a total of 10 cars out of this race, and the big question mark is now Kevin Harvick. He was sliding back, guys. We'll check up on that, but first let's show you exactly what happened. Whoa, a little contact there, but Michael Annett and the 66 of Stephen Wallace. And then just a little bit further up, contact from the 66 into the 23.
That'll do it. You get hit like that, makes it difficult to hold on to, but hard racing here at Michigan.
All right, now let's get to the update on Kevin Harvick. Mike, what are you hearing down there?
Well, the big thing we've been hearing throughout the course of the weekend when it comes to this new generation car, the splitter. It's challenged these teams. Well, it's given Harvick and the 33 team a significant problem. Let's listen in.
I don't know. Maybe the splitter's laying on the ground. It looks exactly the same, Kevin. Don't look like it's hanging down.
I don't know what happened here with this car, but it definitely was slower after they made that pit stop.
All right, let's go back.
That's a side window out of some car.
And that's Harvick.
Uh-oh.
Ooh.
That might be some of his problem there.
We did not see that. Great camera work, guys.
Put a hole right there. I'm trying to see if there's a hole in the nose, but I don't see it. It looks like a piece of that window maybe right there.
Yeah. There's definitely some damage there. If that is...
But Harvick certainly was slower that run. I mean, I don't know what the problem was.
All right, well, let's reset this for you because we're now down to 13 to go with Brad Keselowski second behind Carl Edwards. Trevor Bayne has moved up to third. Bernard is fourth. Kevin Harvick has now dropped back to fifth. I guess the question I got to ask you, are you worried about that transmission?
No, it shouldn't be a problem here. It's just whenever he has to get the car back in gear on the pit stop. Right here, he won't even need to use the clutch to shift the third and fourth gear.
All right, so the clutch should be okay and not being a factor. Let's get you the 09 because that's our Aaron's lucky dog, John West Townley. And we are getting some takers on to pit road. Good call, Andy, as Trevor Bayne has come down, and so has the 33 and the 18 as well. Vince.
Well, they've still been working on this car. They're going to put another round in the track bar and also air pressure back in the right front. They haven't gotten it to where they want it to go, but they feel like they're getting a little bit better. Still plenty to do. They're seventh. Dave?
Trevor Bayne will take the tires. They're going to make just a slight adjustment for him on that run. He wasn't really happy with it, even though it was a very short run. Mike.
And the 33 is on pit road. They're going to work there, and it appears they're doing more work than just looking at the splitter. They've got the hood up. They're looking at the shocks as well. It appears it could be a bigger problem than what was first initially thought by Harvick. They're looking underneath, trying to make sure there's no damage they can quickly fix, trying not to go a lap down. The hood pins are now relatched, trying to get Harvick back out here before it's too late.
17 cars on the lead lap right now, the last being Ryan Truex. Remember, he had been running up front, but he was having handling issues. That's what sort of was his demise as he kept falling back, but he is still on the lead lap. Harvick gets refired, and now will pull back out and will fall back in, probably in that 17th, 16th position, somewhere in there. And as we scan through the field, we mentioned a lot of teams, all 10 cars out of this race. Danica Patrick still running, but it has been another struggling day for her. She's 30th right now, 4 laps down. I think we've updated you on just about everybody, all the players. We've given you the top 5. We're down to 11 laps to go next time by here at the Carfax 250.